Question 9 is geometry and trigonometry. It says in the diagram below, all right, so this one says in the diagram below, A, B, C, D are points on the circumference of a circle with center O. AOC and BOD are diameters of the circle. AB and DC are parallel. So clearly, if this is a diameter, they will already know, sir, angle subtended by the diameter is 90. Just to put that right there so you can find P, we know so this angle is going to be 90. Just to drop that straight away. We also know, say, this angle will also be 90. All right, because these two sides are parallel, and we know that co-interior angles sum to 180. Just to drop that right there. So it says state the reason why angle ABC is 90. ABC, you see there already? Angle formed by the diameter is 90. Angle subtended by the diameter is 90. The angle formed by the diameter is 90 degrees. So that one was bright and clear. That's easy. Can tell them, you can tell them easy. Yeah, man. Now they say determine each of the following angles and show detailed working where necessary. Find angle BAC. Come on, let's go do that. So I'll go on this pen, not writing. I'll go on this pen. Angle BAC, angle BAC. So we need this angle right here. Now angles in a triangle sum to 180. So what we do know is that 2P plus 3P plus 90 is 180. So go tell them that now. We can tell them say angles in a triangle sum to 180. All right, now make me write. So I can tell them 2P plus 3P plus 90 equal 180. So from that now, what I'm gonna get is 2P plus 3P are 5P. And so if I bring over the 90, I get 5P equal 180 minus 90, which is 90. And if I divide both sides by 5, I end up get P is 90 over 5 is 18 degrees. I'm not so certain, so I'm gonna plug it into my calculator. 90 divided by 5, that's 18. So P equal 18 degrees. So now that P is equal to 18 degrees, I'm absolutely fine with that. Absolutely fine. So now angle BAC, remember, is 2P. So since angle BAC is 2P, I can tell them that angle BAC, this is equal to 36 degrees because it's 2 times P. That's 36 degrees. What is the reason? First thing we can tell them for reason is, we can tell them the angles in a triangle sum to. What's going on? It's not allowing me to type. All right, now I can write again. Let's go. So now we can tell them that angles in a triangle sum to 180 degrees. That's the first thing we can tell them. And after we tell them the angles in a triangle sum to 180, that means say 2P plus 3P plus 90 equal 180. Then we can tell them hence P is 18 degrees. After you tell them P is 18 degrees, you can tell them hence angle BAC, which is equal to 2 times P must be 2 times the 18, which is 36. This is to show them how to get with 36 degrees in more detail. Now they want angle Q. Go find angle Q now. All right, may I stretch this out a little bit so it now bother down there, so yeah. So now we need to find angle Q. So to find angle Q now, let's go ahead and find angle Q. Not allowing me to write again. Angle Q is this angle right here, so let's see how we can find angle Q. Oh, angle Q is just this. Angles in the same segment are equal. If you were to draw like the chord AD right here, see there? These angles in the same segment are equal. So angles in the same segment are equal, so Q equal 36. That was easy. Angle Q is 36 degrees. And the reason being is angles in the same segment are equal. All right, so angles in the same segment are equal. So done with that now. Next is the value of angle R. So let's go ahead and find the value of angle R. Let us do that. The value of angle R. The value of angle R right here. So now we know that co-interior angles sum to 180. Right, so we know that 90 plus 3p plus r is 180. So come do that now. But wait, we don't need to do so much work. OD is a radius and OR is a radius. So Q is equal to R, and so R is equal to 36. All right, we didn't need to do so much work. It's clear. Calculate the value of R. R is equal to 36 degrees. They don't even ask for a reason. Look how much reason we could have give them. We could have tell them because of Z angles are equal. We could have tell them because of two radii, and then we could have tell them co-interior angles sum to 180. But the reason we're going to use is Z angles right here. All right, so that was well easy. Like, look at it. Like, look at this. We could have literally used Z angles. So the Z form here. My Z won't be so straight, but let me try and make the Z straight so we can see it better. So the Z angles here, zoops, 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 that's the Z. All right, so 2P equal R, them that are equal. You could also use, this is an isosceles triangle because this side have to equal this side since OD and OC are both radii. So then Q are going to equal R2. All right. And then we could have used co-interior angles sum to 180. So this plus this add up to 180. So we could have used whole heap of way and get out what is R. So that's why them not bother ask for no reason. Nice. Let's look at the next part. Part B says, from a harbor, H is the bearing of two buoys, S and Q are 185 and 311 degrees respectively. And that's the bearing from H. Q is 5.4 from H. Somebody else want to put that on the diagram. Q is 5.4 from H, so QH is 5.4 kilometers. I just like to put it on the diagram so it's there. And then while S is 3.5 from H, so this is 3.5, just to put it on the diagram so it is there. Then now them so supposed to sketch or insert the marked angle HS, QHS, QHS, this angle. So the bearing from H to S is 311. So that means that all of this from where around here, so that'll be 311. But the outer piece is 185. So forget what's on the inside here now. The inside angle is just going to be the difference of the two. So all we're going to do is punch in 311 and subtract 185. We'll get 126. So the angle inside is 126 degrees, 126. Since the angle is 126 degrees, that's fine. All right, so good with that. That's 126 degrees. Now that that is 126 degrees, we need to calculate QS, the distance between the two boys. We need to calculate QS. All right, now that we know what is this angle, we can use cosine rule to calculate QS. So to calculate QS, what we're going to end up getting is that QS is equal to, well, actually QS square, it's equal to A square, which is 5.4 square, 5.4 square plus 3.5, was it 3.5 around there? It's going to be 3.5 square minus 2 times in bracket 5.4 minus 2 in bracket 5.4 times 3.5 times the cosine minus 3.5 times the cosine, and it's a cosine of 126 times the cosine of 126. I was wondering where that disappeared to, the cosine of 126. So now we're going to put all of this into our calculators. So let us go, be excited. 5.4 square plus 3.5 square minus 2 times 5.4 multiplied by 3.5. Now multiply it by the cosine of 126. Just want to make sure my calculator is in the degrees. That's 63.62. So that's QS square. QS square is equal to 63.2. So now I need to square root it to find QS. So QS is the square root of that number, the square root of 63.2. So when I square root 63.2, I shall be getting square root of that number is 7.97 or 7.98. 7.98 kilometers. Now, given that they gave their answer to 1 decimal place, I'm going to round it off to 8.0. They gave their answers to 1 decimal place. So just to follow the pattern or the trend, I'm going to write 8.0 as my answer. And now they want us to find out the bearing of S from Q. The bearing of S from Q. S from Q. S from Q. This is the from position. The bearing of S from Q. The bearing of S from Q is all of this angle. Zoops, all of this. So I just need to find the little angle in here, so plus 2 at the outside. Now, easy for find the angle on the outside, right? Because what one? That little piece here 5. That little piece here 5 degrees. That piece here 126 degrees. That means say this angle is this angle right here, so if you put that in a calculator, angles on a straight line is 180. So 180 minus 126 minus 5, that will give you 49. That means that this angle right here, so is 49. If this angle right here, so is 49, you're nice. Now these two sides will be parallel, and by co-interior angles, this angle would then be 180 minus 49, which I believe is 131. And if this angle is 131, now I just need to find this angle in here. Now to find this angle in here, I can use sine rule. So let's go ahead and use sine rule now. So we can tell them the bearing of Q, S from Q, So the bearing S from Q is equal to 131 plus angle. Which angle is that? The angle at Q. So I can call that SQH. That's SQH, right? Let me go back and check. I think that's SQH. See it there? Angle SQH. Yes, so SQH. This is the angle I want to find. Now I'm going to use sine rule, and sine rule tell us, say, the sine of angle SQH now. So the sine, can I tell them now? The sine of angle SQH. I'm going to call angle SQH theta. So the sine of theta over the side opposite to that angle. Which side is opposite to that angle? The side opposite to that angle is 3.5. So it's going to be the sine of theta over 3.5. That's equal to the sine of 126 over the side opposite to 126 now was 8. So now we can transpose for theta. So cross multiply now to get that sine theta is equal to 3.5 times the sine of 126. And that's being divided by 8. So you punch all of this into the calculator. 3.5 times the sine of 126. And that's being divided by 8. So put that into the calculator, we get 0.353. So that's the sine of theta. That's the sine of theta. So the sine of theta is 0.358. Now if that's the sine of theta, you're not finished. You need to find theta. So that implies that theta is sine inverse. Theta is sine inverse of 0.35. You have to take the sine inverse. Sine inverse 0.358. So take the inverse now. I left off the 8 because of space. So I find the inverse of that. So I pop out my calculator again. Sine inverse of your answer. That's 20.7 degrees. So theta equal 20.7. Theta equal 20.7 degrees. Now, since theta is 20.7, now I can give them the bearing. And so the bearing of S from Q is equal to 131 plus 20.7, which is equal to 151.7 degrees. That's the bearing of S from Q, 151.7 degrees. All right, nice. So that's the bearing of S from Q. I'll finish this question, easy, soft. Yeah, man, that's a trigonometry question there. Now we're at the final question of the paper. It says, given that the matrix W